I'm gonna keep it 100 though. Don't hype IOTBA and Red Glove up like that. I still gotta get work with Red Glove. That nigga.
My boy Red Glove will ice you, boy. He'll ice you, boy. Say, you look, Jaleel, you can't fuck with Red Glove on his worst day. How about that?
I ain't really changed, it's the same old rebel, still a radical. I'm passionate, it's just another level. AC told me I should fight back, they don't like that. Just know if you rock the boat, you better have a life raft. BJ told me I should fight back, they don't like that. Just know if you rock the boat, you better have a life raft.
What up, everybody in the YTBC? Big shout out to the UGC and hashtag Combat to Boxing. When you have a chance, check out the description box of this video. I have the link to all the channels of my brothers in both those communities listed there. Give them a listen, and if you feel compelled to do so, please subscribe. So I just wanted to kind of address the community because I found myself unsubscribing from a channel today, and I just want to address some things. Now, I didn't unsubscribe from Wrecked by McGregor because of a difference of opinion. Everybody has a right to their opinion, and you know, I would never unsubscribe from somebody just because of a difference of opinion. However, if you are propagating, if you are you know, painting a narrative that could hurt the sport, I will unsubscribe from you. I'm here to one, have the sport of boxing thrive, and two, have the community thrive. And the reason why I had to kind of call out Wrecked by McGregor, because understand, most of my content that I post is content that I post. It's usually not a response to somebody else, but I do feel this needs to be addressed. I was listening to Wrecked by McGregor. He had a video saying AJ can never get respect again because of his loss. And I listened to the video because it was in quotation, so I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna just, you know, write him off as a casual. Let me listen to the video and see where he's going with this. So it turns out apparently it was a statement that Bob Arum made, and Bob Arum, you know, I give him credit where credit is due, but I just put him in the hot seat yesterday, and I'm gonna have to put him in the hot seat a little bit today as well. Because first off, Bob Arum is acting like he's never had a boxer who lost and was still able to maintain respect. Okay, some of the greats have losses. Most of the greats have losses on their resumes, and they still have a lot of respect. A lot of people respect these all-time greats like Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford. Jack Johnson has losses. You know what I'm saying? Boxing was built on the best fighting the best, and when you step up in competition and you're continuously fighting better competition, there's a good chance that you're gonna lose that but that shouldn't be something that is penalized. The ducking is what should be penalized. You know, the avoiding the stiff competition just so you can maintain that undefeated status. That is what should be penalized. And like I said, apparently this was a statement that Bob Arum made. Now, Bob Arum, he is a promoter. He's going to say whatever he can to big up his boxers. You know, right now, his dog in the race is Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury currently is undefeated and has one draw. Now, most of us do, you know, a lot of us do agree. I shouldn't say most. There's a lot of us who do agree that he shouldn't even have that draw. That should also be a win. But, you know, being that he has Tyson Fury, you know, he has some kind of a deal with him, he can say that at this point in the heavyweight division. I'm sure if Tyson Fury were to take a loss, he would have a very different attitude toward that statement. But, you know, I expect that from a promoter. Promoters are supposed to promote their fighters. Sometimes they don't do it the right way. Sometimes they do it by tearing down other fighters from other promoters. So that's to be expected. I don't pledge allegiance to any of these promoters. They're promoters, okay? They don't always necessarily do what's best for the sport, especially in recent years, especially this era. But back to McGregor. Wrecked by McGregor, not to be confused with Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News, aka McGregor. That's a guy that I really respect, and I did respect Wrecked by McGregor until I heard this foolishness, which is that he agrees with Bob Arum on this, that if you take a loss, you are not to be respected, and that doesn't make any sense. A lot of times it's not until we see these fighters take a loss when we can see how truly great that they are. Look at, you know, Julian J. Rock Williams. Look at Andy Ruiz. So, you know, and those are just a couple guys from this era. You know, Danny Garcia has the potential to be one of those who's taken a couple losses and bounces back and, you know, becomes a champion again. You know, so this whole attitude of, well, if you lose that undefeated status, and here's the other thing, you know, saying that Anthony Joshua is a glass chin having bum. I can't respect anybody's opinion when they're going to call a former champion a bum. You know, Jeff Horn is not a bum. Manny Pacquiao, not a bum. Anthony Joshua, not a bum. Joseph Parker, not a bum. You know, I criticize Bermane Stiverne a lot, but in actuality, he's not a bum. You know, he's probably on the cusp. You know, because he won a vacated title, but the fact of the matter is he was holding the WBC heavyweight title at one point. Give the man his just due. He is not a bum. You can say that maybe he had no business even being in contention, but still, a bum is probably crossing a line that we should not be crossing. I mean, we have to have standards. And like I said, painting a narrative, saying that, you know, AJ is a glass chin having bum after only being knocked down by Klitschko and Ruiz, you know, in his professional career, I don't think that's really a fair assessment, you know. And I don't expect from, you know, Wrecked by McGregor to make I don't expect him to make excuses for Anthony Joshua. I didn't make excuses. He got his ass whooped fair and square. If he had a concussion, it's all on him for getting in there with a concussion, and so on and so forth. But when we're talking about that he's a glass chin having bum, and just because he took a loss, he can never get respect again. Like, didn't Lennox Lewis get knocked out twice and then came back and beat both those guys and maintain his respect? Didn't Mike Tyson get knocked out? He got knocked out a couple times. Until this day, he still maintains respect. I mean, yeah, you got some of these people who don't know shit about boxing disrespecting him, but those, in my opinion, those don't really count. Those are just haters or lovers of somebody of this current era, you know, who don't want to give Mike Tyson his just due. But my point is, some of the best, some of the greats from the past have losses. And for you to paint this narrative that, you know, now that you've lost, you can never get respect again. That right there is the problem that we have in the sport of boxing right now. That is what has a lot of these boxers hesitating to make the fights that we want to see, because they're going to get labeled a bum just because they took a loss. They're gonna be told that they could never get respect again. And that is why I have to go ahead and unsubscribe from Wrecked by McGregor. Now, just for my subscribers, you know, by no means am I saying you should unsubscribe from him if you're subscribed to him. This is my personal choice and my personal reasons. If you feel the need to do so, if I compelled you, that's fine. Just let it be known that I didn't try to coerce anybody into unsubscribing from him. It's just, I'm here to further the sport, and I think that anybody with a view like that is only going to hold the sport back. So for those reasons, that's why I unsubscribe. But anyways, to all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stump on this video, you let me know what your thoughts are on this whole situation, and y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
Undefeated.